guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Princess Tutorials, aka Sarah, and we're going to be trying out this YouTube thing. I'm not very new to makeup, but I'm new to YouTube. So let's get started. So what I'm going to use for primer is I have the Professional Pro Balm to minimize pores. I'm going to go ahead and get some primer on my face because, man, my pores are huge for a teenager. It's pretty bad. And I'm going to go ahead and get my beauty blender. It's a Beauty 360 soft touch blender. I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of water on it and blend this out. I know a lot of people use their hands, but I prefer using my beauty blender because I have really bad acne and combination skin. So I'm just going to go ahead and take care of that, and we are set. And it's obviously not going to even out my complexion, but that's okay too. And I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Mega Cushion SPF in shade Light Ivory, and it's one of the sponge ones. Go ahead and open it, and I actually use the applicator. A lot of people don't like to. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that to my face. I'm actually going to go to cosmetology school after I finish high school, and I've been trying to get in with the beauty community for a long time, but now I'm finally making a YouTube channel so I can put myself more out there. What I aspire to be is someone like as good as like Nikki Tutorials or Jeffree Star or even James Charles, Laura Lee, but obviously I'm not that good because I'm using Wet n Wild from the CVS up the way, and yeah, I'm working on it. I might decide to go live sometime later in this career. I'm not sure, and I know a lot of people probably won't be really into watching my videos because I am super young, don't really know what I'm doing, honestly. But I'm here, and tiara's on straight, heads up high. And now that that's all taken care of, I'm going to go ahead and close that. And I'm going to go once again with my wet beauty blender and kind of thin it out a little bit because sometimes it can get cakey. And yeah, just going to go ahead and blend that out. Okie dokie. Now I'm going to go in with the Hard Candy Smoky Eyes palette. And I'm going to take one of my brushes from the Beauty 360, also from CVS. And I'm going to go ahead and go in with the shade right here on the inner corner. And let's get started on this eye look. I know this angle is probably like the worst, but this is what I'm working with at the moment. That does not want to come out at all. What am I doing? Okay, and now that's kind of like applied in the inner corner, and it's kind of showing up. I'm going to go ahead and go in with this darker black shade on the outer corners. And you have to be very careful when it comes to black because it can get a little overpowering with the whole look. And that's extremely important, and it's a thing that you really have to look out for. Because if you go too hard on it, it's really honestly gonna ruin the whole look. I'm just gonna go ahead and take care of that outer corner and come down just a little bit into my waterline. And I'm going to go ahead and try to blend that out just a little bit from the top with this brush from Eco Tools. I'm not quite sure what the number is. It's this brush from Eco Tools. I'm going to go ahead and try to make it a little softer, because once again, you really don't want to go too hard on this black, because then it destroys your whole look. I'm going to go ahead and soften that up, and now that's a little soft. I'm going to go ahead and go in on the other side. Go ahead and dip back into that black, tap off the excess, and go back into that corner on your other side. Make sure that you only get the top of your crease line, because once again, you really don't want to ruin the look. Try very, very hard not to go too hard on this black. I know from experience, I have gone too hard on the black and it has gone totally south. We're going to go back in on that waterline and pull it down. Okay, I'm going to go back in with that brush that you saw me use earlier from Eco Tools and soften up the black. Just make sure that you really try to soften that black up, because otherwise it's going to look like the Black Swan, and that's really not what you want to do with this look. And looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and go in with this brush from Vander, which I got off of Wish for a really cheap price. And I'm going to go ahead and go in with this Milani Perfect Conceal. I'm going to go ahead and apply that right about here on my eyelid. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on my hand so that I don't overuse it and end up wasting product. I'm going to go ahead and put this right on the inner corner in the actual eyelid. Oh well. So like the first half of your eyelid, you don't want to go any higher than your crease line, and you just want to make sure that it covers just about that much. All right, because we're going to go in with the gray on that little corner piece and blend it out. Alright, this is actually coming out a lot better than what I thought it was. Thought I was going to end up having to scrap this video, but it actually looks pretty good. And what we're going to go ahead and do now that we have both of our eyes primed for glitter, I'm going to go ahead and take this silver glitter from Nani, once again from Wish, and I'm going to go ahead and take that same brush that we used earlier to put on the concealer in the inner corner of the eye. We're just going to dab it on the concealer. Now normally I use duo eye glue for this, but I had actually decided that it would look better if I used foundation instead, because it would bring it out more. We're just going to go ahead and pat it on there gently, because otherwise we're going to overdo it like the black, and even though there's no such thing as too much glitter, sometimes in some cases there is such thing as too much glitter. Now this look can be used, I mostly use it when I go out with friends, because I am single and I am really, really hard to notice sometimes, because I'm super short, fun fact. And we're going to keep on just dipping back in. If you feel like it needs more glitter, just go ahead and dip back in and keep going. Now this glitter came in like a set with like 30 different kinds of glitter. I paid about $12 for it. It wasn't that bad, honestly. Alright, now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and go in with another brush from Vander. I'm not quite sure what this brand is, but it is a brand and it's a thing. We're going to go ahead and go in with this this gray color right here, right next to the black on your Hard Candy Smoky Eye palette. We're going to go ahead and go in right here, just to kind of blend out the black and kind of make it like a transition shade. And I know it kind of looks a little draggy at the moment, but I'm honestly really happy with the way that this is turning out. Like I said earlier, I thought I might have to scrap it with the way that the black started coming in, but I'm really liking this. Okay, and now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and do our eyebrows. I'm going to do eyeliner last because that's what I've always done. We're going to go ahead and do our eyebrows. So this is a Dip Brow Gel by She. And I got this off of Ulta, I believe. And now I have to look for this brush right here. Okie dokie, nope. I do not have my brushes all lined up yet. I actually just got this set. I'm going to go ahead and take this angled liner from Beauty 360 and the spoil, what does that say? Spoolie from Beauty 360. I'm going to go ahead and brush my brows out real quick. And now for the terrifying part, my eyebrows. So I have this Dip Brow Gel in brown because my hair was brown until I dyed it. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and take care of the bottom line first. And make sure that that arch is very, very predominant. And pull it down. Bring it back down to earth, girlfriend. And then we're going to line the tops and bring it back down with the point that we had already made. And we're going to blend up with that spoolie. And after that line softens up a little bit, you can blend it down. Mostly so that you don't have harsh lines on your eyebrows. Okay, and let's go ahead and go back in with this Dip Brow Gel to finish off that sharp edge line and finish filling in and making our fade. Gonna go back in with that spoolie and fix my fade. And that eyebrow's done. Let's go ahead and go on the other side with the other eyebrow. They can look like sisters, they don't gotta look like twins. Let's go ahead and once again start with that bottom line. And then take care of the top line. And get back down to that jagged point, because girlfriend, they gotta be on point. And we're gonna go ahead and fix that top line because that top line came out a little weird. And we're gonna go back in with that spoolie, blend up. And after that hard bottom line has come out, we want to blend down and repeat the process. All right, and now I'm gonna go ahead and go back in and continue filling it in and making my fade. All right, and she is done. Now you can see that this one's a little thicker than this one, so if you want, normally my eyebrows don't come out like this and this one looks a little janky, but we can fix it with concealer. We're gonna go fix this one just a little bit. Make her just a little more predominant. And we're gonna go ahead and blend that down because I did the top line. And she looks good. This one kind of looks a little less good. So let's go ahead and touch her up. Once again, we're going to go back in with that Milani concealer that we used for our eyelids with Eco Tools. This is a whole different brush, and I'm going to go ahead and get some more of the Milani concealer. Go back down. Now, I know this concealer is a little light for me, but it's mostly to make sure that my eyebrows look decent. So I'm going to go ahead and sculpt her out, make her chiseled. And I know like a big pet peeve in the beauty community is the halos, which is like not blending out your eyebrows after you put concealer down, which that is like the biggest pet peeve for me, honestly. But I have to do it sometimes where my brows just don't want to come out and I have to go in with concealer. But normally when I do have to, I try to make sure that I blend it out, because otherwise you look a little janky with some white lines on the edges of your eyebrows. Does that make sense? And like, I'm not gonna point you out when I'm walking down the street if I see you like that. I'm just gonna be like, hey, you know, you should probably work on that. I'm gonna go ahead and wet my beauty sponge one more time because it kind of dried out, which, best investment on the planet. I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out. Blendy blend, 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 blendy blend, 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 blend. And she looks good. She looks sharp. Let's go ahead and take care of this one. Oh no, I messed her up. Oh no. I have to just scrape it and go back in with my eyebrow gel. Once again with the same angled brush that we were using earlier to remake her. Go ahead and start with that bottom line and then take care of the top line. Oh, she wants to come out this time. And we're gonna go ahead and just fill her in because she looked just fine before. Well, she looked a little bulky, but that's okay. Don't we all look a little bulky sometimes, honestly? Okie dokie. Eyebrows are set. They look awesome. And now we're gonna go in with our, oh, I blanked for a second. With our eyeliner, I'm using H2O Proof by Wet n Wild. It's a felt tip liquid eyeliner. And let's go in. Now, when I do my eyeliner, I do it super extra, and I want it so sharp that it can cut a hoe. So let's go ahead and start with this sharp eyeliner. And sorry if I'm not like talking too terribly much, because girl, there's so much focus that you gotta throw in doing some sharp eyeliner. It's like throwing shade. Gotta make sure you're doing it right. Okay, and I'm finishing this up right here. Okie dokie. She looks good. Let me just fix this real quick. I saw it on camera and I was like, oh, gotta fix her. Okay, and now that the liner's complete, I want to make sure that that edge is sharp enough to cut a hoe. Pretty good. Now we're gonna go ahead and do our other one, which is always a struggle, is to make them match. So let's go ahead and cry a lot. making them match like sisters is like trying to get two twins to separate. It's ridiculous. The worst part is with eyeliner is if you mess up, sometimes you have to like go in with a makeup wipe and remove it, because the concealer trick doesn't always work for eyeliner, especially not the one that I'm using right now. It definitely does not work, and it's absolute hell trying to get it apart and trying to get both of them to look the same. All right, so they look pretty similar. I know my eyebrows got a little janky along the way, but they look pretty similar, and they are both very sharp, which I'm very proud of. And now we're gonna go ahead and go in with the crease brush from Beauty 360, and we're gonna go ahead and go back in with that black color that we had earlier, and we're gonna put it right in the bottom waterline. But don't worry, we're gonna take a white marker, or we're gonna take highlighter and line our waterline. Because if you just leave it like this, sometimes your eyes will look like they're not even open, which is extremely important if you're at like the club or something, because then you don't want to make it look like you really don't know what you're doing. And you really don't want your eyes to look extremely closed, so you want to just make sure that you're smoking it out. And normally when I do smoky eyes, I don't really bring it all the way to the edge. I just like smoking it out just a little bit, because it does make my eyes look smaller than they actually are, and that bothers me. So, she looks good. Let's go ahead and go in with, can't find my highlighter. Oh, this is annoying. I have a big bucket of makeup right beside the camera, and I'm trying to find my highlighter. There she is. All right. So now we're, excuse me. So now we're going to go back in with what we used for, what we used for our brow fixing. Let's go ahead and shake this up a little bit because there's not enough highlighter coming out. There we go. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and just run the waterline so that it really makes our eyes open up. Now you're probably going to have to go back in and re-smoke it out, because sometimes highlighter will black out, or rather light out, your smoky eye like it's doing right now. And normally when that happens, I just go back over it with black, but I make sure that white line is extremely predominant because it keeps my eyes looking open. Okie dokie. Now, like I said, you're probably going to have to go back in with that black color from your smoky eye palette. And just go ahead and dip back in there. Go back with the same brush and just re-smoke it. But make sure that you don't cover up that white line, because that white line keeps your eyes open. Not really, it doesn't really keep your eyes open. It just gives the illusion that your eyes are bigger than they actually are. And that's really what you want. You want your eyes to pop. Okie dokie. Now I'm going to go in with the Rocket Express lashes from Maybelline, New York. And I'm going to go ahead and throw that on my eyelashes so it'll be set and prepped for my fake lashes. Let's go ahead and just brush that on a little bit on both sides. I'm not really a big fan of doing my bottom lashes, so I'm not going to. I also don't normally do bottom lashes, like bottom fake falsies. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Kiss adhesive and the Kiss in the size Flirty. It's very obvious that I've used these before. You can use fake eyelashes up to 3 times before it gets unsafe to use. But even then, you can still peel your lashes off. I don't recommend using them more than twice. But I had to use it for a band thing. And let's go ahead and brush that on. Let's wait for it to get tacky after I finish applying it to all the sides. Awesome. Go ahead and blow that a little bit. I'm going to go and get my tweezers right here and grab the side of it so that I can set it on my eyes. This stuff takes forever to get tacky. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and layer that on top of our actual lashes. I don't really recommend doing it under, mostly because that's where you can get like major infections, is whenever you put them underneath. So what fake lashes really do for you is they, once again, open your eyes, and if you turn to the side, you can tell that they're obviously fake. But if you're looking at me flat on, you can definitely tell that the lashes did a lot for the look. Now, some people don't like using fake lashes, and that's totally okay. You can 100% skip that part. But the people who do like fake lashes, more power to you. The people who don't, perfectly fine. I started using fake lashes a while ago. I don't normally wear them on a daily basis. I only really wear them when I'm going out or if I have something important to do, like a halftime show, because I am in the band. I have to use them for halftime shows. Even though you can't really see our faces, it's extremely important to me because I know how I look. And it looks like we're all good. We're going to go ahead and layer this on top of our real lashes like we did the last one. And we're just going to make sure that it's all set in there and plump them up. And, oh, wait, you don't want to stick. And there we go. We're all set for the eyes, and our eyebrows are done. Next step is doing lipsticks. Now, I am an extreme, I'm a person who would do like a natural eye and then wear like orange lipstick. So I think the color that we're going to go with tonight is going to be, let's go ahead and go with dark purple. Like I said, I'm one of those people who will wear extreme colors just to wear the extreme colors. A lot of people say like, oh, well, I can't pull that off. You can definitely pull it off. If you think that you can rock it, you've got it. And we're going to go ahead and go in with, I don't even remember where I got this. I think I got it on Amazon, and it came in like a huge pack. I paid like $12 for it. So we're going to go ahead and apply this. Oh, wait, give me 1 second. We're going to go ahead and go in with the lash comb. And instead of using it on our lashes, we're going to go ahead and rub our lips because it'll plump them up. It also kind of scrapes off dead skin. So your matte lipstick won't get catchy. I know this is really weird. I saw it on a hack once and I started using it ever since. And we're going to go ahead and do our lips. With mattes, you should always do it one side at a time. You should never try to just rub it on, mostly because it gets clumpy. and let that dry. It needs a little touch up. If you think that it needs touch ups, that's totally fine. Just go ahead and fix it while it's still wet so it doesn't look extremely cakey, because no one wants 1,000 layers of lipstick. Okay, and that seems dry enough to go onto the bottom lip. And I always like line my lips first. I know that's a little weird. And just go ahead and if it starts to look a little faded, just go ahead and go back over it. And I believe this look is done. Now, I don't normally do contour unless it's something extremely important, like a super important event, but this is the total outcome of the look. Really proud of it, honestly. I know my eyebrows are still janky, but really proud of this eye look. This look in general, I really like it, and I'm very proud of myself. Because, oh, this is a 30-minute video for my first video upload. So sorry about that. I promise I'll get better in the future. But thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.